Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's kind of dark. So it's going to be kind of hard to see me because I'm kind of dark. And I'm wearing stuff that's kind of dark because this is going to be one of those late night topics. And welcome to Mack's Late Night Rendezvous. So I have a couple of things that I need to unwrap because in my life, there's a lot of things that's going on right now. There's a lot of things that are changing. There's a lot of people that are changing in my life. And whenever I decided to come out, I um, made a few choices in my life at that time because I always count up the cost for what I'm about to do. I never do anything just offhand without counting up the cost and knowing what the consequence is. So, with that being said, whenever I decided to come out, I knew it was going to end my marriage. I knew it was going to break up a lot of relationships in my life. Because there was a lot of people that were in my life only because of the person that I was married to. So I understood that those relationships were going to be jeopardized. I'm okay with that. Cool. But I also realized that there were going to be some relationships that were going to be started. And one thing that I told myself is that I wasn't going to rush into anything or put myself in any situation to where my heart was going to be jeopardized, to where my feelings and all of those things were going to be jeopardized. It's way too early for that after this major, drastic change in my life. And so this is something that I promised myself. And I stood firm on that for a minute. And you know how they say you can't choose who you love. You don't know when love is going to hit you. You don't know when that person's going to come along. And I feel like that person came along, but it was so quick. I'm not even over, the loss of my marriage and all of that stuff. I'm not even over that. I still got baggage. I still got pain. I still have things that have not been settled. I still have things that are open concerning that. And this person comes along during this time. And I mean, the feeling is like, I wanted to make sure it wasn't infatuation first and foremost, because we get in these situations and we're vulnerable and we want somebody there to comfort us and to take our minds off of what we're going through and to give us some type of reassurance and stability emotionally. And if somebody comes along and is willing to do that, then we are overly appreciative, and we oftentimes try to make that person our mate. And a lot of times it don't work out. But sometimes it does. And we can't put a timestamp on falling in love with somebody. So I can say that I do love this person very much. I do appreciate this person very, very much. But what I don't want to happen is, this turn out to be a good intention situation with a whole bunch of toxic and bad endings to it. That's not what I want this to be. And so, it's grown to a place now to where we're talking about some serious things. And the relationship that I'm in is an open relationship. So there's really no commitment when it comes to uh, having other partners and sharing somebody with each other and stuff like that. Part of that is good, but there's also, with everything, with the good, there is the bad. And so what I'm looking at now is being in this type of relationship, being willing to forego the commitment of being monogamous and allowing your mate to have other outside partners, this brings about a whole new set of issues that needs to be addressed between you and that person. And I don't know if that's really what I need on my plate right now. Is that something that I need on my plate at this particular juncture of this dramatic change in my life? Can I handle it? I'm Mack. I can handle whatever. But no one man is an island. This has been told to me, and I have experienced it in my life. It ain't just something that I heard. It's something that I've also experienced. No one man is an island. You can't take on everything on your shoulders and just carry it by yourself. You need some help sometimes. You need some reassurance sometimes. And that's why I came to my people. That's why I came to y'all with this. Because I feel like if I go based off of my feelings right now and, my needs and my desires and my wants, then I'm going to go full in on this and I'm going to invest in something that is not going to give a good return. So on Wall Street, this would be considered a bad investment because it's not going to yield a big return for you 9 times out of 10. There's always that one time to where it does, and you look up and you make the right choice and, it pays off. But then there's all of those times that it don't. And can I afford that right now? Emotionally, mentally, I checked out for a minute. I ain't gonna front. I checked out because if I would have not given myself a break, not giving myself going through and reevaluating decisions, that I would have had a mental breakdown. And they look at guys, they look at us, especially us real so-called manly men or masculine men, to be strong and to be able to just take it and keep on going like a robot. And I'm no fucking robot. I'm a fucking man. I'm a person. I'm a human being who have feelings, who have thoughts, who has reservations, who has all of these different things going on within me, these uncertainties. I walk and stand and I will do anything that I do with a level of confidence, and people are going to believe in me because it appears that I believe in myself, but in all actuality, I'm flapping in the wind a lot of times. And it's the Most High that honors his word, and he blesses some of the things that I'm going through. I acknowledge and I understand and know that. But there are often times where we do things that he has to take his hands off of. And when he does, we got some hardships to go through. It says the ways of a transgressor is hard. And so this thing is hard. The decision is hard. I don't see the end result. I don't see anything. I don't have a vision to go off of with this situation because it could go anyway. 50-50 shot either way. And so this is one of those hard things that I'm going to have to go through as a transgressor. But whatever decision I make, it's going to be something that I considered. It's not going to be something that's hasty. It's not going to be something that wasn't well thought out and all of the pros and cons weighed on it. It's definitely going to be something that I've placed heavy consideration on. And I'm going to have to stand firm on it. And I'm going to have to be confident and satisfied with the decision that I make. It's another relationship situation that I put myself into. Am I resenting putting myself in it? Hell no. I've loved every minute of it. I love well, not everything, but mostly everything about this person. Well, do the things that I love about this person, is it enough for me to overlook the things that I see that are problematic? And I see what could be a future problem for me. So is my love enough to overlook that? Or is that problem going to be something that's going to hinder the furtherance of a good, healthy relationship? This is where I'm at right now. This is the stuff that I'm unpacking. These are the things that I'm unfolding in my life. I have to do this. I have to take these walks, and I have to talk these things through, because if I don't, it'll never become real to me. It will never become a reality in my life. And I'm really big about speaking life into situations. So it's, 5:00 in the morning. You see me geared up, masked up, ready for whatever. But I have to be real with myself. I have to be honest with myself, and I have to be able to break down the different possibilities in my life, and I have to be real about it. I can't sugarcoat nothing. I can't lie to myself. I got to be real about every single thing. And I can't get lost in romanticizing a fairy tale that I would like to have versus what really is. We've romanticized a few things in our lives. There's some things in our lives that we have just created a whole alter scenario for, because the reality of it is not palatable. But that's not beneficial to us. What's beneficial to me right now is truth, unadulterated truth. And I'm not going to settle for anything less. So as I walk and I speak and I try to figure things out, I have absolutely no qualms, no problems with people putting in their comments and putting in their ideas and experiences and things like that, because these are the things that I feed off of. Same way I dish this stuff out to people, I feed off of the feedback that I get. I feed off of the information that's given to me. And I consider it, and I chew up the meat, spit out the bones, so to speak. So, yeah, this is where I'm at, y'all. Now, y'all see that? Now, as of right now, I do have my own place. Bachelor pad, I guess you could say, but I'm not living that type of way. I don't want to live that type of way. I've done that before. Been there, done that. Got the shirt, t-shirt, hat, all at the match. And I want to do something new. I want to do something different. Because, my life isn't just your ordinary life. Things that I've accomplished, things that I've seen, things that I've been a part of, it's not just your typical everyday things. These are things that have changed history. These are things that have affected the world in a way that no one ever really gonna see because of the magnitude of it. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of being a part of something like that. And even on those accomplishments that I've done throughout my life, I never had a prouder moment than having my own place, doing everything for myself on my own. I'm a grown-ass man. And a lot of us so-called grown-ass men have never really been on our own. If you look at it, we left our mother and father's house. We probably went off to college or went off somewhere, had roommates, and then we met up with whoever our mate was, and we either moved in with them or we got a place with them. This is the majority of us. A lot of us, some of us have been out on our own and had your own place, and you had that experience. Me, my whole entire life, I've always cohabitated with somebody else. That's just the way it's been. I've always had somebody to shack up with at any given point in time in my life because I was never faithful to anybody in my life anyway. In any relationship I've ever been in, I've never been faithful. And so there was always somebody who was there to be my safety net. So I did a lot of things without care because I knew I had that safety net there. But now I'm my safety net. Now I'm my cohabiter, so if you will. And it's a great feeling. And, I don't want that to be too short-lived because there's a lot of things that I need to understand by living on my own, taking care of myself, washing my own clothes. Well, I've been doing that, but, washing your own clothes, cleaning your own house, all of those different things. Being totally responsible for everything. And not having to rely on anybody but yourself to live a good quality life. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited to the point to where I don't want to mess things up by complicating my life too soon. There's a lot of things that are going to take place over this next year. Just this next year alone is going to be, y'all just stick around. That's all I'll say. Stick around because it's about to get wild with what the future plans that I have and the vision that I have for the future. It's about to get a little wild. So just stay tuned to that. But I definitely, in my personal life, I want to have stability. I want to have peace. I want to have comfort. And I want to have someone who's going to supply those things for me. And it's not going to be a job. It's not going to be hard for them because that's just within them to do. That's who they are. That's the type of person that I desire. They don't have to do anything to change to be what I need because they're already everything that I need, and then some things that I didn't know that I needed. So I'm okay with not settling. Now I say that because the person that I'm with seems to be these things, but there's one thing that's bothering me really, really bad, and It's not a thing that I can just get over. And so I'm trying to decide if this one thing is a deal breaker. In my mind, it's not. In my heart, it says something different, though. That's where my dilemma comes. When your heart versus your mind. Yeah, a lot of y'all been there before, I'm guessing. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to observe the situation just a little bit more. I put out a message to this special person in my life and see what the response is. The response is going to set the tone for what takes place next in my life as far as the decision making for how my life is going to go on in the future. Some hard shit, y'all. This ain't no easy shit. This ain't something that you can just do in a minute or a second. This is something that you have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, walking down the street, talking to yourself type shit. That's what type of shit this is. I know you've been there. And shout outs and much love to everybody who has been there. Now, I can say a lot of things about a lot of things, but I'm only focusing right now on the things that are going to grow me in a positive way. Things that are going to give closure to my past and to what's about to be my past. Because that's deserving of closure. There's people involved in this who did absolutely nothing. Only thing they did was allow me to become a part of their life, and now that's being taken away from them. So I expect them to feel some type of way. Hell, I feel some type of way. But it is what it is. So in these moments is when we come to Jesus, so to speak. You know how they say had that come to Jesus meeting? Well, I'm coming to self. My real self, my true self, my whole self, my unhidden self, my unadulterated self. I'm making this decision to complicate my life for a little bit. That's what I'm doing. I'm making a conscious decision to complicate my life in order to find out if this is the way that I'm supposed to go. Because there's nothing easy unless you make the right decisions. Making the right decisions is not going to make your path automatic, but making the right decisions is going to direct you, and it's going to teach you, and it's going to lead you where you need to go to accomplish your goal. And along the way, you may pick up some things that you didn't even know was even part of that. I do it all the time. So, I don't know, man. Life is something else. I keep going out the screen because I'm smoking a cigarette. My grandma would call them left-hand cigarettes. You know, the streets call it that za. So, yeah, I'm just excited about where my life is going to take me. I'm excited about what's going to happen next because nobody really knows. I'm excited about just a lot of different things. There's some things I'm not excited about, some things that I'm not looking forward, but you got to take the good with the bad. I understand that. But it's all welcome. This is what makes life life. We're not certain about nothing. We're not sure about nothing. We know what we want to happen. We know what we'd like to happen. We know based on a perfect world and everything going according to plan what would happen. But we don't know for sure of anything. We are not sure of anything. We don't know nothing. And I argue that point anytime, and I will totally stop anybody's rebuttal with the sheer example of every single piece of information, everything that we know, we learn, we've been taught from fourth, fifth, sixth hand accounts. Unless it's an eyewitness account of the person that was there to experience it, you cannot bank on nothing that you've heard and that you've been taught. Only thing you can do is believe strongly in it, but you don't know anything. That's why we have faith. If you didn't have faith, you wouldn't need faith if you knew anything. So I'm just stepping out here, rebuilding my life, making decisions and seeing what's gonna happen. You know, I pray for everybody who's going through this as well. And I would ask you to pray for me because I definitely need it. The boy's a fool, a straight up fool. They say God, he loves babies and fools. Well, I'm a fool, baby. So y'all keep me in your prayers. I'm about to get out of here. Peace.